Somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean, there is a tiny island nation, fewer than 525,000 people, never been to a World Cup before, and in their very first match, they face Spain. Spain, Lamine Yamal, Ferran Torres, Dani Olmo, a squad worth over €250 million. The final score, 1-1. But the scoreline is not the story. The story is everything behind it. The record shattered, the secrets uncovered, and the 40-year-old unemployed goalkeeper who stopped the world. These are the top 10 most mind-blowing facts about Cabo Verde. The Blue Sharks who just shocked the planet. When you defend against Spain for 90 minutes, you expect desperate fouls and late challenges. That is just survival football. Cabo Verde committed one foul, one, in the entire match. According to FIFA records going back to 1966, no team in World Cup history has ever committed fewer fouls in a single game. They broke the previous record of 3, held by West Germany in 1974 and Costa Rica in 2022. And that one foul, immediate yellow card, one foul, one yellow card, a 100% conversion rate, statistically perfect. They weren't just organised, they were surgical. Every great upset needs a hero. Cabo Verde found theirs in the most unexpected place. His name is Vozinha. He is 40 years old, 7 saves. That is the second highest ever by a goalkeeper aged 40 or older in World Cup history, behind only Northern Ireland's Pat Jennings against Brazil in 1986. And here is the number that tells you everything. Vozinha made 49 touches of the ball, more than any outfield player in the Cabo Verde squad, more than the midfielders, more than the strikers. He wasn't just the last line of defense, he was the defense. Now the context. Cabo Verde is one of the smallest nations ever to reach a World Cup. 500,000 people, 10 small islands off the coast of West Africa, independent only since 1975. Their team is called the Tubarões Azuis, the Blue Sharks. And on their World Cup debut, the Blue Sharks didn't hide, they hunted. After the match, journalists dug into Vozinha's background. What they found stopped everyone cold. Vozinha entered this World Cup as a free agent. No club, no contract. His market value? €50,000, the price of a used car. The Spanish attack he just shut down is worth over €250 million combined. Within 24 hours, his Instagram went from 50,000 followers to over 2 million. A jobless goalkeeper worth the price of a used car just became the most talked about player at the World Cup. Now the captain. Ryan Mendes is 36 years old, Cabo Verde's all-time top scorer. In his youth, he was so impressive in France that Lille signed him with one specific mission: replace Eden Hazard after Hazard left for Chelsea. Legendary Premier League scout Steve Walsh travelled personally to France just to watch him. Then a severe ankle injury happened. The path closed, but Mendes didn't stop. He rebuilt, kept leading, and at 36 he walked out as captain at a World Cup. Some stories don't end the way you expect. Some end better. How many players in the Cabo Verde squad were actually born in Cabo Verde? 11 out of 26, less than half. The rest, born in France, the Netherlands, Portugal, Ireland. Because of colonial history and generations of emigration, more Cabo Verdeans live abroad than on the islands themselves. These players chose the blue shirt anyway. And no story captures this better than Roberto Pico Lopez. Born in Dublin, played for Shamrock Rovers in Ireland. In 2019, the Cabo Verde head coach invited him to the national team by sending a message on LinkedIn in Portuguese. Lopes couldn't read it. He thought it was spam. He ignored it for 9 months. Eventually, he had it translated, accepted, and is now starting at a World Cup against Spain. 9 months in a spam folder separating him from never playing international football at all. Behind this team is Bubista, a legendary former captain of the national team, now the head coach. While most African nations hire European managers, Cabo Verde stayed home. Bubista understands this culture from the inside. What he built, a unit so disciplined it committed one foul against Spain, came from that understanding. He didn't import a philosophy. He already had one. Now something that quietly blows minds. Cabo Verde is the ancestral homeland of some of the greatest footballers ever. Nani, born there before emigrating to Portugal. Patrick Vieira, his mother is from Cabo Verde. Henrik Larsson, Cabo Verdean roots. And Cristiano Ronaldo, his paternal great-grandmother was born on these islands. A fantasy squad of players with Cabo Verdean blood might have won a World Cup decades ago. The islands never got to field them, but those players carry the islands with them. And we close with this. When Pelé died in December 2022, FIFA urged every nation to rename a stadium in his honor. Countries formed committees, made plans. Cabo Verde acted immediately. Their national stadium in the capital Praia was renamed Estadio Pelé, the first country in the world to do so. Every training session, every drill, every moment that built toward this draw against Spain, it happened on a pitch bearing the name of the greatest footballer who ever lived. 10 facts, 1 match, 1 result nobody saw coming. Cabo Verde are 525,000 people, the Blue Sharks. And for 90 minutes at the 2026 World Cup, they looked Spain in the eye and did not blink. Any nation, any size, any budget, on any given day, anyone can shock the world.